gentlemen, Tyler Robertson works at Taylor Guitars, and if I'm not mistaken, his title is robotics engineer, but also do other things like R&D.
Yep.
So what does R&D stand for?
Yeah, good. It's research and development, but
Gotcha.
it's a catch-all for just anytime we're making something new. I'm a warm body.
Right.
So I'm there to do things that need being done.
Sure.
So, yeah, my job title is robotics engineer, but I work for Ed Granero. He's the VP of product development.
Right.
So if Ed needs something done, I'm on hand to do it. So I end up doing a lot of different just development stuff.
Nice.
So like you've seen the RFID stations.
Yes.
Around the factory. I designed those and we built those, and so now we have like 100 of them or something.
And I think I've seen some of your machines in 1940.
Yep. Yeah, we got stuff.
Built in 1940.
Yeah. We've got the neck inspection machine. We've got the automated press. That thing's really cool. Actually, both those machines are cool.
Right.
We've got the buck knives machine that mills out.
So you work closely with Kim.
Yes. I love Kim.
Sure.
Kim's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She's. I need to like touch base with her again because I interacted with her a lot more.
Sure.
In the past. She's great. She's really nice.
Yeah. Such an honor to have you here, man.
Oh, you're too kind.
Dude, one of Taylor's most important people, man.
Oh,
it's right here in my garage.
Oh my gosh! I'm just working there like you.
No way, man. I mean, I always see you around with Alisa, right?
Yeah. She's my junior engineer. Although
sure.
She's been at Taylor 2 years now, so she might not be a junior then.
Oh, okay.
But she's great. Yeah, she's cool.
So she's been there before you, right? Or you've been there before her?
Oh yeah, I was there. I'm her boss. So,
okay. Yeah.
And so I hired her 2 years ago.
Oh, nice.
Because I started. So
right.
I was doing all the robot stuff, like help with CNC stuff.
Definitely.
Anything that was kind of like technology related.
Right.
I was doing a lot of programming.
Right.
I started having more. If I should get closer, you tell me.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Okay. I started having more responsibilities with like electronics.
Yeah.
That was taking up a lot more of my time. There was things getting left. So So yeah, they hired me an engineer. And yeah, between two factories, there was just too much to do anyway. So
two factories. So you mean like what's the other one though?
Tecate.
Oh, you're right.
So we do stuff in Tecate too.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what a lot of people forget.
Oh, definitely.
In El Cajon, they're like, "Oh, what have you been doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I was down in Tecate."
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would travel down there?
We go down there too.
Wow.
Yeah, I was there on.
How often?
It depends. It depends what's going on.
Right.
Sometimes once a month, sometimes once a week.
Right.
Sometimes twice a week.
Exactly. Because the last text you sent me, and you were telling me that you were just down there.
Yeah. That's because I wasn't sure if you would remember we talked about this. But I was like, I'm not going to get back from Tecate till like at earliest 6 o'clock.
Because I didn't know that you traveled down there.
Yeah. Sorry.
My bad.
No, that's okay. Yeah, a lot of us, a lot of the engineers. Oh, no. Some of the like tooling people.
Right.
Like a lot of people do go down to Tecate too. So
sure.
That's what sometimes other people at work forget, or not forget, but they don't know that sometimes.
Right.
So if there's a robot problem in Tecate, like
wow,
and I shouldn't say like the staff in Tecate like handle a lot of business.
Sure.
But sometimes if they need assistance, especially because like I set up those robots, so I should know how to fix them.
Can they hire another person who has the same kind of background that you have?
They can. It's hard.
Wow.
it's hard to find someone who knows, well, who cares about music gear as much as I do, who also has my background.
Definitely.
And then when you do find them, they're expensive. I'm a pretty good deal.
So, you're pretty flexible.
Yeah. Like when I moved here from Canada, it was
Sure.
like, when can you start? Can you start? 2 weeks from now? And I was like, I get.
Wow.
I wasn't married, didn't have kids, so
Right.
it wasn't a great undertaking. Now I'm married. I don't have kids,
Wow.
but
Sure.
I live here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
The chance of finding someone with like an industrial controls
Right.
robot background
That's great to know.
in
man.
San Diego.
Yeah. So you did went to college.
Yeah.
So you did go to college for to have some kind of engineer background, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was lucky there. My dad was an engineer,
Right.
although he never really worked as an engineer. He worked in mining.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was
Sure.
a mine inspector for the government.
Wow. Okay.
Up
in Canada.
Up in Canada, yep.
Cool,
Up in
cool.
Sudbury, Ontario.
Wow.
That's where I'm from.
Sure.
And yeah, my dad was a mining inspector or mining regulator, I guess. And my
Wow.
mom was a city planner. So they're both government employees.
Good.
At the time when you could get a kick butt pension and great
Right.
retirement.
Wow.
So
Right.
yeah, so when it came to college, I was I had parents that could get me there. So
Nice.
Yeah.
So they inspired you to become one.
they told me to.
Hey son, become an engineer. Right?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to go to art school. Like I liked drawing.
Yeah,
I liked painting. And my mom was encouraging of that, but my dad was kind of like, you can do art as a hobby. You can. And I liked programming. I
Right.
did programming in high school.
Right.
And he's like, why don't you do that for money and do art for fun?
Yeah.
And he was right. It was the more
Right.
practical choice.
Hey.
Yeah.
It worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good, that's
I'm
good.
not complaining.
Right.
And then I tried to kind of, try to get art back in my professional life. And
Sure,
that's
sure.
how I ended up a tailor.
Yeah. Well, I think music is a form of art, so you're back into it.
Trying, yeah, I'm trying my best.
Right.
So-
And I think music is wonderful, right? It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that are worth living for.
Yeah.
Eating is one of them.
Oh yeah. You gotta eat, right?
You gotta eat. You
Yeah,
might as
yeah.
well eat things
Yeah.
that taste good.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
you're hearing all the time, so you might as well listen to things that sound good.
Right.
So music's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what does your wife do for a living?
My spouse Chris
Sure.
works as a data manager at a law firm in town.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're great. They're a really good law firm.
Wow. Okay.
They do good work. They if it's kind of like let's say if there was a big catastrophe and you need to make an insurance claim or something and it
Sure.
wasn't going your way, they'll help you handle that.
Okay.
And otherwise they just do like regular law firm stuff.
Nice.
And they have a lot of clients and they're pretty big.
So we're talking about, I hate to say it, but lawsuits, right?
Yeah, they do. It's like they do something called tort law. Yeah, and like no one wants to talk to a lawyer.
Yes.
So, but if you had to talk to one, this law firm's pretty good.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Well,
it's good people.
right. Well, give me a business card later.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, but
Right.
we're both lucky. We're employed at good places.
Right.
And
Wow.
yeah.
Are you guys staying here in San Diego for good, or are you still going back to Canada?
We're here for good for now.
Sure.
I've lived here 10 years.
Definitely.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
So you moved here 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And same thing with your spouse.
Yeah. Chris came down 2016, so eight years.
Okay.
So I was here for 2 years.
First,
we're kind of doing
Yeah.
a long distance thing.
Right.
And then Chris came down, and then we were like, our visa situation.
Sure.
And you know what that's like, because you said you didn't grow up here.
Yeah.
So that's a whole process.
Right.
And so we weren't sure we were going to stay until like our visas got sorted out. And,
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And then now it's just whatever happens with our families. So my folks are getting old. I'm getting old.
We are going old or getting old at some point.
Yeah, it's and suddenly your family around you has gotten old. And you're like, somebody's got to take care of these people.
Definitely, dude. How old are they, by the way?
My dad is. My mom was born in 1950. She's 75. So my dad's 78.
Wow. Okay.
So.
And they're still rocking, man.
Oh man, they are super active.
Cool.
They my mom sent me a text. They planted 80 trees today.
80 trees.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what kind of tree?
Pine trees.
Oh, that's wow.
Yeah. So they.
You mean her and your dad?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So they had to cut down a lot of trees that had died, like around their house and stuff. So
80 of them.
Yeah. So they planted 80 trees. They're in their 70s. My dad. I saw the photo. He's never looked better. Like he's in the best shape of his life.
Wow.
Yeah. He looks awesome.
Hey, doing those kind of things will, it'll keep your health really good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when you're getting old, just don't slow down.
Right.
Yeah.
Doing physical things.
Yeah. Right. Well, do you know Dave Judd, who we work with?
Yeah.
So he's
the great Mr. David Judd.
Great Dave Judd. He's turning 70 this year.
Wow.
And that guy is not slowing down.
Right.
So he's an inspiration.
Right.
Yeah. He's a super cool dude.
No one can stop him, right? Yeah.
Man, only himself. Yeah. Man, I'm lucky that I get to work with Dave every day.
Right. Great guy.
Yeah, great guy. I don't tell him that enough.
Yeah,
Monday I'm gonna walk in and be like, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I get to work with you every day.
Right. Very inspiring.
Yeah.
I think he made me a pedal. A guitar pedal.
Oh no way, did he?
Yeah, he sure did. It's right there. It's right over there. He gave me an overdrive pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's the thing. He's making stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not to complain about like the world these days, but like anyone under the age of 50 probably like feels the need to anytime they do something they have to like put it online.
Right.
Like, look at this food I ordered and look how amazing it is. He'll just make something.
But not him.
Something awesome.
Yeah.
And like I have to even beg him to take photos of it because I was helping him with his website at one point.
Right. Oh, really?
And yeah, because he was making guitars and he was selling them, and he's like, people have been asking me for like info on my guitars. Like, should I get a website? I'm like, you should probably get a website.
Yeah.
And so I was helping him out. I couldn't get him to take photos of his stuff, and by the time I got him to take a photo of one guitar, he's like done the next guitar, and I was like, Dave. You gotta document this. He's like, I'm just like building things.
He didn't care.
Yeah, no, he's just about the building.
You gotta document every little thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
step by step. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So he builds guitars
Yeah, he builds guitars, and he hasn't built one in a little while. But have you ever been to Moe's Guitars?
Oh yeah. I know those guys.
Cool. Yeah. So
right.
So Dave, sometimes you can find Dave's guitars at Moe's.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So if you see one with a DJ on the headstock,
okay,
that's David Judd's guitars.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they play super nice.
Maybe I should go and visit Moe's Guitars again.
yeah, check it. And like honestly, like people who have bought his guitars don't realize how much of a deal they're getting.
Right.
Because they're getting a custom-made guitar.
Sure.
From a guy that's worked at Taylor for 30 years.
Right.
It's a perfect guitar. And
definitely.
He's like, it's local made. It's awesome.
And it's US made, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna find that anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
So he makes guitars and bass.
Yeah.
Nice. Tyler, so how long have you been working at Taylor's?
I've been at Taylor for 10 years.
For 10 years?
10 years.
Wow,
yeah,
cool.
This is my 10th year this year.
As we discussed earlier, right?
Yeah.
Taylor's.
Yeah.
Nice. And as a bass player, right?
I thought I was a guitar player. Like that's I think of myself as a guitar player.
Right.
But I mean, I brought a bass today for some reason. So I must at some level be a bass player.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you're making all these machines so they can be all accurate, right?
Yep. Consistent. And there's things that happen throughout like production maybe not daily, sometimes daily, but like things, if you're not constantly involved, they go off. So like, especially with like we have a lot of our guitars are hand built still. Like a lot of the guitars hand built.
Right.
We still spray a lot by hand, even though we have a spraying robot. We do a lot of like fine touch-ups and stuff. So when you have a hand-built project that's going into a machine to do work on it, you need to carefully control that process.
Right.
And so buffing wheels get worn down.
Sure.
Buffing compound gets hot and cold, and so there's so many variables to what we do that you need engineers to be involved.
Sure.
So that we can control these things.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So those were made by you.
If not me, then one of the other
Or
engineers.
done by you.
Yeah, for some of them, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so like standard work docs.
Definitely.
So like, you know, for any task we have, we try to make documentation for it so that the next person who does it, they have that to look for.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they get lost or if something goes wrong, right, they can always refer to the book.
Yeah, or if we, let's say like we're making the legacy, the Taylor Legacy guitars, the 500 series, the 800 series guitars,
right,
300 series, Dreadnoughts, GAs.
Definitely.
Well, to put those guitars again, we had to go back to old files, old programs, and so having that stuff, having setup sheets and standard work docs, and old fixtures in some cases, like we can just
old fixtures.
Yeah, we turned around those legacy guitars in like crazy time. Like it was pretty impressive.
Sure.
So it's definitely not, I'm not the only engineer there. So a lot of what you see at work is
so it's just not you.
Oh no. There's four mechanical. We have mechanical engineers and tooling. We have CNC machinist programmers. We have
CNC programmers. Okay.
Yeah, we have machinists. We have a full machine shop. So like, there's a lot of people that do the work.
Definitely.
Yeah. So if anything, they're doing more work than I am. So I do a lot of programming on different things. I do a lot of electrical work, but the actual like machine work, that's everyone else.
But you have to be there every day, right, Tyler?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
And I get called at night. So.
Okay, right. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, people don't see that part that much. You know, they don't see me taking phone calls at night. So.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah.
Nice. And I mean, you also work with Joe.
I do. Yeah, I'm lucky that way too. Yeah, Joe worked at MMR for a long time. He still does a lot of support. For anyone that doesn't know, MMR is machine repair.
Yeah. So do you work close with MMR too?
Yeah.
Not BMR, but MMR.
Yeah. Like if we have a problem with, let's say, the spray robot.
Right. Okay.
If it's not involving the program or electrical, oftentimes MMR will just handle it. But if it's maybe something
very technical
or technology related,
technology,
then they might get me involved.
Cool, man.
So
the reason why sometimes I see you on the floor, right?
Yeah, I mean, I try to be involved on the floor.
Right.
If it's not wasting time and not distracting.
Where's your office, by the way? I don't even know.
I'm in. There's a room we call the R&D lab. It's in the same building as MMR.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay, which is building 1900?
2000.
Oh, 2000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right there in the very front.
Yeah, and if we'll see what happens because some buildings are like moving around right now.
Right.
So we'll see if I keep my room or whatnot. If,
right.
I wouldn't mind like a closet. Just like
you gotta have your own cubicle.
Yeah, just like somewhere dark where I can close the door.
Sure.
Because sometimes I just need like 2 hours by myself.
Of course. Leave me alone, guys.
2 hours to program. Undisturbed. I can get a lot done.
Yeah.
So.
You want to concentrate, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tyler, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good.
Perfect.
Yeah. How are you, Ollie?
Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah.
Mm.
You know, everybody calls me Ollie for some reason.
Oh yes, Oliver. Yeah.
Reason why I named my little show the Ollie Gear Show.
Yeah. I mean that's. I just assumed that I've only heard anyone call you Ollie at my work. So
For some reason, man.
yeah.
Some people would call me like Oscar.
Oscar, yeah, that's not your name.
Yeah. And they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I know your name is Albert, not
Yeah.
this.
I think it's because like not a lot of people have like an O name, so
Yes.
then people get it mixed up.
Exactly,
Like,
man.
yeah.
It's not very common too.
Yeah, it's I would like the name Tyler is like really common.
Right, yes.
So I
Steven
would,
Tyler.
yeah, I'd rather have like an O name, like
Right.
Oscar, Omar, or or Oliver. Those are cool names.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Tyler Robertson, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's very common, very boring name.
No, I think it sounds like an actor's name, right? To be honest.
No, well, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Well, my spouse's name is Chris McQueen,
Chris McQueen. Wow.
and so I was even thinking, I'm
Sure.
like, it's not common for like the guy,
Just not
to take the last name.
right.
But I was like, Tyler McQueen
McQueen
is a much better name.
right. Oh,
I was like, maybe I should take.
Tyler,
And I
you
thought,
guys should switch.
yeah, and I thought like especially when I moved to America, I'm like,
Yeah, right.
maybe I should change my name. Like maybe because this is my chance to do it.
You can
And-
do that.
Yeah, and I didn't do it. And now it's too late.
Why is that?
Well, now it's like I'd have to change my passport. I'd have to change my green card. I'd have to change my. It would be
sure.
a lot. Or I
Are
could
you,
just tell people that's my name.
well, you can definitely change your last name or first name, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think when you become a citizen, I think.
Did they give you the option?
Yeah.
Okay.
My last name is kind of, well, it's custodial, so people always having a hard time pronouncing it, So it's kind of a little late now when I got my citizenship. So
Yeah. Did they like give you the option to change it at your citizenship? Or-
yes.
Oh.
To have it finalized.
Yeah,
Hey,
okay.
you have the option of changing your name, or your last name if you want.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. Yeah. I'll think about that. I'm glad I learned that.
Right,
today.
right.
Yeah.
Tyler. So who were some of the bass players or bands that initially inspired you to pick up the instrument and play this style of music?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, man.
Sorry. I'm a big fan of the Wipers. I'm wearing a Wipers t-shirt.
Right.
But bass playing.
Sure.
Wiper.
Wiper, huh? Is that the band?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude,
I,
I've been missing out. I'm sorry.
oh yeah. You might like them. They're from like Portland in the 80s.
Sure. Wow. From the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. Great band.
Sure.
Wipers.
Right.
Yeah. As far as bass playing, that's no. I don't know if I have any bass heroes.
Okay.
The bass player from The Cure, and I can't remember his name because I'm on camera right now, but, which is stupid.
Right.
But
I love The Cure, man.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, The Cure is
yeah.
amazing.
Very influential, by the way.
Oh, hugely huge and so varied. And did you listen to the new album?
No, you know what? They had tons of albums. I can't even keep up with them.
So just this past year, last year, I think
Right.
last year,
Right.
well, maybe it's this year. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They released a new album for the first time in like 20 years or something.
Are you kidding me?
And
In 20 years or so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in 2025 or 2024, they put out a new album, and it was great.
Right.
Like, and it sounded like The Cure in the 80s and 90s. Like
Wow.
it was like, what the?
Wow.
Yeah, it's super good.
Right.
So I like that. I really like the bass player from there's a band called Planes Mistaken for Stars.
And where they from?
They're from Peoria, Illinois,
Nice.
and they moved to Denver.
Sure.
Yeah.
They moved to Denver.
They moved to Denver. I like them. There's a Canadian band called No Means No, and they're kind of proggy almost, like
Proggy,
kind of
okay.
jazzy.
Sure.
And so I'm not like I don't try to emulate them, but I respect the bass player.
Right,
Like,
right.
I listened to it and I'm like,
Yes.
that's some bass.
Correct, correct. What is some of the famous bars or places to do shows in Canada?
Famous? Oh gosh.
Or well known?
Well known. I don't know if anyone would know them in Southern California, but the Horseshoe Tavern in Toronto is pretty well known.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bar called Sneaky D's that sometimes people may know of. The Opera House in Toronto is pretty well known. Lee's Palace,
Right.
you might see that on posters. In Winnipeg, the Royal Albert. Winnipeg, yeah, that's in Winnipeg.
Right. Royal Albert, you
The
said?
Royal Albert. Yeah.
Okay.
And in Vancouver, what's the name? Darn it, I'm gonna forget.
Hey, that sounds a lot.
Yeah, no, that's like 3. but thank you.
What was it?
Thank you. And then Montreal, there's like a million venues.
How can you compare the music scene back in Canada here in the States?
It really depends on the city,
Right.
The city and the time. The music scene that I left, and like I wasn't really part of the Toronto scene because I was living in Kitchener and Guelph. But like there was a very active scene in those towns. There just wasn't a lot of places to play. But Toronto, it was fantastic. I should have moved to Toronto like earlier.
Right.
And when I moved to San Diego, it was like the level of caliber of the band in Toronto was really good. And so we got here, and the local bands we saw were like not that great. And one thing I said to
is it because San Diego is pretty much spread out?
No, you know what I think it is? I think it's because the
know?
weather's really nice. You've got the ocean 10 minutes away. You've got the mountains 30 minutes away.
Right.
You got the desert. You can do stuff outside every single day. Weekend hits. You can go to a park. You meet up with your friends. Like sit on a patio. Got really good food.
Right.
It's like, when do you sit down and write songs? When do you practice?
Right.
Like, I blink and all of a sudden it's 6 months later. Whereas back home it's like, oh, it's raining again. Might as well write some music. Might as well call my friends and practice.
Right.
So I think it's just too distracting here. Now, the other side of it is, though, the people that really want to do it here and that commit themselves are then better. And they're like really, really, really unbelievable. Like the band Hot Snakes.
Hot Snakes.
Is from San Diego.
Wow.
And Hot Snakes would just destroy
Are you serious?
almost any band.
I gotta check them out. Hot Snakes.
Hot Snakes, yeah. If you've lived in San Diego and you've never listened to Hot Snakes, you owe yourself that. And through that, drive like Jehu, and yeah, there's a lot of San Diego bands that are
cool,
fantastic.
Cool.
The Locust,
right?
Pinback is really good.
Yeah, Pinback. I love Pinback.
Oh, then you will love these other bands.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe not the Locust; they're an acquired taste, but they're
right.
taste, but they're
right.
great.
Yeah. I love those bands, man.
Yeah.
Locally, we have bands like Fictional, if you have heard them. Fictional.
Yeah, I don't know if I have.
Yeah. I think you should check them out too.
Okay.
The legendary Hector Peñalosa, right?
Oh, I mean, we are lucky that we're around Hector every day. I mean, it's the Zeros. The Zeros have been playing shows again.
Definitely.
Yeah, Hector and his brother, they were really good.
Yes.
I went to the Casbah to see them.
Right.
Were you at that show?
I wasn't there.
Oh man, you should go.
Yeah. I'm not seeing a lot of effects on your pedal board.
No, for bass, like I used to run chorus as well, but it made it sound like 280s or like no matter what.
You don't wanna go back and do the Johnny Marr style of.
Yeah, I mean that's great, but it was like you can't.
You want to be different.
You do that, and you might get stuck in that. And like there's bands that I think are great bands that are like playing now that like. Yeah. When you listen to an hour of chorused out bass, it's kind of like, okay, where is this going? So I took the chorus off my board. I was like, okay, let me operate without that over top of everything. And now I just run I run a modified Rat.
Yeah.
That's modified for more bass, so it doesn't,
Right.
just lets a bit more through. And a hardwire reverb,
Sure.
which these things have got stupid expensive,
Right.
which sucks because it's my favorite reverb pedal.
Right.
And so I bought it when it was cheap. And this is doing a lot because it has a lot of reverb sounds in it.
Right.
And
So I think they have like different modes, right?
Yep, exactly. I have it on spring reverb.
Sure.
But like the modulated reverb's really cool. The reverse one's really wild. I normally just keep it on spring, and I change the level or the liveliness depending what I'm doing. And then I've got this. This is basically this pink pedal is a Big Muff.
Oh, it's a Big Muff.
Yep. But it's made by a guy named Tony. He makes pedals under the name Balls. Tony.
Is he local?
No, he's in New York City.
Gotcha.
But he's kind of a buddy of mine.
Oh, okay. I can see it. So basically, that pedal is made for bass players.
I mean, you could use it on guitar. It's it's a Big Muff. It's like a clone of one of the Big Muff circuits.
Sure.
But he added a blend knob to it.
A blend knob,
which is nice, so that you can. It'll be either clean or dirty, and you can blend in the dirt. So on bass, all Big Muff is kind of like too much, but if you're blending it in with your clean signal,
sure,
then that can be really nice. So it's barely here. I'll show you. It's barely doing anything, but
go ahead.
I use it especially for like our one guitar player who's our singer. Some songs he doesn't play on, and I'll kick this on. Just to bring up the mid range.
Go ahead.
And just kind of take up some of that space. So here's my bass. Well, that's with the Rat on.
Okay.
The Rat's also super noisy, but I play loud enough I don't care.
Yeah.
So there's my low E.
Right.
There's the muff on. You almost actually can't hear it.
Right.
Drop my pick. Let me turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. It's almost not doing anything, but you combine it with the Rat. It just brings the mid.
It's almost like acting as a compressor.
A little, yeah, almost like that a little bit. It just for certain songs it helps me like kind of just not cut through, but it brings the bass a little bit forward and take up more of the guitar mid range.
Right.
So,
and are you using that to do a little bit of your solo or?
I guess if I was doing a solo, I might kick that on. It's
nice.
Yeah, it's song appropriate.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? You are one of the few bass players I know who uses a reverb pedal.
It's counterintuitive, I think, for bass, but the rest of our band has reverb on it. Everything but the drums, like both guitar players, the synth.
Yeah.
If the bass is out there clean, it just sounds weird. So I'm just using reverb. I'm just kind of using it to glue me in with the rest of the band.
You're kind of like breaking the rules.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Tyler, so when you write, what's your typical process for developing a bass line? Do you start with guitar or bass or whatever?
Yeah, if we're writing songs. Yeah, we'll normally, actually a lot, depends who's writing the song. A lot of our songs have started from the bass, like our singer will write a bass line and show it to me. All of my songs I end up writing on bass, and I usually just end up noodling around, or a lot of times it just comes out of practice. Like, we'll be practicing, I'll start playing something when we like are tuning up, and then the drummer might hit something, and I'm like, that's cool. And then I go home that night and I flesh it out. I really like reverse power chords.
There you go.
I don't know if I forget forget if there's a name for that. So like power chord's a fifth, so it's like reverse fifth.
Yeah.
You can just like throw stuff in with those. So I'll just start doing stuff like that until something sounds neat, and then I'll expand on it. And then I usually end up, if I'm writing it on bass, I'll dial it back, like once I work with the rest of the band.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think as a bass player, I think it's really important to know how to play guitar, right?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt, that's for sure.
I mean, it does help.
Yeah,
Does help.
absolutely. It's different. I mean, if you're finger picking, it's a different style of finger picking. I mostly play with a pick, but.
So you play with your fingers or use a pick, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Really good bass players like generally play with their fingers.
Right.
And it's if you're good enough to like play with your fingers so it sounds like a pick, then man, all more power to you.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not a good bass player, so I gotta play with pick.
Right. Yeah. I think it depends on in your mood too, right?
Yeah, and it's song dependent. So if the song calls for it, then
yeah, cool.
Play with what the song requires.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. And are you guys tuned standard?
Yep.
Nice.
E standard.
So you're not one of those people. I'm gonna use drop D now.
I don't
or
know.
E flat.
Yeah, it's like a C. Well, E flat standard. Like I get that, especially if you're singing.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
And it just works out better for your voice.
Of course.
But like a bunch of alternate tunings, like that's complicated, and you often like, okay, now you gotta bring different guitars or like be tuning between songs.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like wasting people's time, right?
Right. Exactly. Like, I don't know, like 4 strings and standard tuning is enough for AC/DC.
Exactly.
Who am I?
Right. So, he's changing guitars now.
Yeah, exactly. With rusty nails out there.
Right. And Tyler, so do you have any specific techniques or gear that are crucial to achieving your signature sound?
Yeah. If I have one, it's probably this bass.
Right. So so tell me or tell us about your bass.
Yeah. So this is
what you have here.
This is a 1978 Fender Precision bass.
1978
maple neck.
So it's vintage.
It is now vintage. It used to be not. Like, people didn't care about the 70s, at least for Fender basses, and now they do.
78, man.
So yeah, it's seen a lot of wear.
Right.
This was the first bass I bought. So I borrowed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I borrowed basses, and this was the first one I bought myself. I bought it for $800 Canadian. And I was like, ooh, that's a lot of money. And luckily, I bought it then, and now it's worth more, but it's my one bass.
So, I mean, did you buy it used or?
Oh, yeah, because I'm.
Well, I'm 78.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, still, it could have been first owner, but between this bass and this modified Rat, like, that's pretty much my whole bass sound.
Modified Rat?
Yeah, because I don't know.
Right.
It sounds good.
Right. And what pickups do you have in there?
Just stock Fender P-bass pickups.
Right.
Every time I get the urge to change them out, I plug into a like SVT through an 8x10, and I go, why am I changing anything? it sounds good. So anytime I get the urge, I just plug into a real bass.
Right.
Generally, there's no substitute for old wood.
Yeah. Have you changed any mods like the fret wires or?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Yep, just
Wow.
everything's the same.
78.
Yep, 78. I mean, maybe someone before me changed the frets out.
Sure.
I'm surprised I haven't worn them down.
Right.
But yeah, no, everything's stock as far as I know. The pick guard's been changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the holes on it don't line up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So you bought this in Canada?
I did. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
How much string gauge, Tiger?
Just your standard base. Yeah. I don't even know what the string gauges are on bases. I haven't bought strings in so long. When I moved to the States, I bought 3 packs of strings. I lived here 10 years.
You brought.
Yeah, I think I brought them.
From Canada.
Yeah, and I've changed them once.
Yeah.
And I had a bass player in my other band, and he always borrowed my bass. And so he always changed the strings on it. And so I've never had to. And now
Let me change your strings.
Yeah. Now I'm not in that band anymore, so I'm going to have to change my own strings next time I record. So yeah, it's about as stock as a 70s bass you can get. I have the cover for it. There's a cover that goes over the pickups. I just don't like playing with it. So
so basically it's a natural finish.
Yep. It's getting worn off, but natural finish.
So. That real relic.
Yep.
Look, yeah.
Exactly. And then I have a 78 Les Paul. It's like my main guitar.
1970, you said?
Yeah, so something about 1978. I don't know what it is about that year.
Something about 78.
Yeah, my guitars from that year are like my favorite. So.
When the first Van Halen album came out.
Oh yeah, was that 78? Oh, nice.
Cool. Do you use any backups, Tiger?
Like a backup bass?
Yes.
No. Wow. Yeah, I'm not worried about this thing if I go to a show.
You are pretty confident.
Yeah. It's and I can restring fast enough. If I break a B string, which is unlikely.
B string, yeah.
Yeah, I'll.
You're right, because you have your E, D, and
G. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, just bass string. If I break any string, I can restring it fast enough. The chances of breaking a bass string pretty low.
Exactly.
So,
except for guitar players, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How do you collaborate with the other members of the band in shaping the overall sonic landscape?
We just try to stay in our own frequency range, and we try not to play over each other, and we kind of take turns in songs.
That's good.
Like if Mike has a lead that he's clearly standing out on or trying to, I'm not going to try to do something complicated underneath it. I'll hang back and let that shine. And it's whatever part of the song needs to shine, we all let that happen. And we just listen to it, and if it starts sounding muddied or jumbled, someone will pull back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it always click, right?
Oh yeah.
It always works out.
Yeah. If it doesn't, then we scrap the song, and
it rarely happens, right?
I mean, no, like. It happens. It happens, yeah, for sure. You just don't. If it happens, don't bring it out into the world.
Sure, yeah.
Leave it in the jam space.
Right.
No one. You don't need to. If it's not making you happy, don't go to a club and bum out other people.
Yeah, right.
So
exactly.
Yeah, and we've got we're lucky that Mike writes songs, I write songs, Adam writes songs. Pretty much everyone in the band will write significant parts that we've got we've got a backlog with 30 or 40 songs.
So each member contributed.
Yeah,
cool.
Exactly. So we're not at risk of running out of songs.
Right. Well, let's talk about your band, the Passengers, Tyler.
Sure.
I was listening to some of the tracks, and I'm really impressed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Thanks. And the music reminded me of Mission UK.
Oh, okay.
If you will.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do Dude, a little bit of Joy Division.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably because of your bass playing.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well,
Let me see. All right. So Tyler, so when is the next show, by the way?
You know, I don't know if we have anything booked right now because Mike broke his hand. So,
dude, it's been a while.
It's been a while. So we were purposely not booking anything until we knew what was happening there. But looks like his surgery went well.
Sure.
So now we're going to start booking things again. So probably July.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching.
Okay, one more.